If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you're probably aware of my long-standing beef with the YouTube sponsor and web browser OperaGX. OperaGX is basically the gamer's alternative to Google Chrome, which just use Chrome like a normal person. It's not that bad. But the benefits of the product and why they sponsor so many YouTubers is basically that it's a browser for gamers. When you're using Discord, it's got extensions built in to make the ease of access better, and Twitch, all these other sites made for people that are gamers. And the problem is that not only does it collect user data for the Chinese Communist Party, but I think they post a lot of shitty memes on Twitter, and I don't like them. But no, the real deal, they do steal your data, and they do send it to the Chinese Communist Party. That is true. If you don't believe me, then go watch my videos covering it. I've proven this extemporaneously. But getting into why I'm even bringing them up, this old beef of mine, it's because we're talking about the worst sponsorships in YouTube history today. I think the recent exposing of Honey has basically opened the floodgates for all of the bad sponsors in the YouTube sponsorship economy to be mercilessly attacked, you know, for the fact that they're shit products. I mean, what else is there to say about it? But yeah, I want to get into it. I guess we're going to start with Honey, and we're going to watch a video called The Worst Sponsorships in YouTube History.
From Honey, a money-saving browser extension which ended up stealing everyone's money.
Honey steals from creators.
So Honey does steal from creators, but I think a better way to really envision how evil those people are is that it stole a lot of money from small businesses online. I think if you take $1 million from a guy who has $100 million, you are evil, but that's about 1% of the guy's total net worth. You know, it's $1 million, it's a lot of money, but relative to the fortune of the person who had it, it's not going to really leave a dent. Whereas if you're taking $500 from a guy who's making $600 a month, you're very fucked up, you're very evil. And Honey, I guess in their credit, they didn't discriminate who they were stealing from, and they would steal from the creators, and they would steal from the small business owners. So I guess W non-wallet discrimination, I guess. No, I'm joking. They are evil, and I'm very glad that it's over.
Here are 5 of the worst sponsorships in YouTube history.
I think worth adding to this list, if it's not the question mark, would be BetterHelp. I've talked about BetterHelp a bunch. The fact that they just don't have licensed therapists doing the therapy to people who need it is crazy to me. And yeah, I mean, they were fined $8 million or something like that. So I guess that's good, but still, the fact that it was around for so long is craziness.
Starting with Honey, which the biggest YouTubers promoted as a coupon-finding browser extension that promised to help users save money, only for them to realize that the company was doing the opposite all along.
Well, that's not true, because they were saving money. Literally, customers were saving money, and I think that's why it was around for so long. Like, the fact that I've used it before and have saved money using it is definitely a reason why it was around for so long. I mean, if you're Mr. Beast and you get the chance to get money for promoting a product that saves your audience money, you're gonna say yes to that 7 days a week. I get the point he's trying to make, which is that, yeah, you know, the YouTubers were being stolen from, businesses were being stolen from, but users may have actually ended up with a net benefit from using the product.
First exposed by YouTuber Megalag, first revealing Honey's psychological tactic of reassuring users they've got the best deal, even when no coupons apply.
So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. You click apply discounts, and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes worked. Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal.
This has to be brought up in the lawsuit. I hope if there ever is a big enough lawsuit, this is brought up, because this is the most shameless, blatant bullshit lie that was done by Honey. This is not true. It was actually the case that businesses that didn't want their coupons to be shown on Honey's extension were bribing Honey, basically saying, hey, if we give you some money every month, can you just like not show any coupons so that way we're making the most money possible? It's so shady, it's so shameless, it's so cancer. I'm glad it's done. I'm glad it's over with. And I hope if there is a lawsuit, it ends up paying out not only all the YouTubers, but all the small businesses especially.
He would uncover how Honey secretly stole the sales commission that was supposed to go to the content creators who promoted them.
After clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL, there's a tracking tag labeled Short Circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels. And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later, Linus will still be credited the sale. So what happened when we got to the checkout page? Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that?
Normally I would cringe out at the boom sound effect in the background, but it's so warranted. The fact that this guy, Linus Tech Tips, brought somebody to a website to make a purchase. Basically, he did the marketing. He did the sale. And Honey, just by existing, decided that, yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sneak in here and take credit for the sale. In fucking sane. has to be a lawsuit against this because there is no case to be made that the commission from the affiliate goes to something that was not the fucking affiliate. And not only is Honey stealing this money, what they're also doing is telling Newegg, the people that sponsor this Linus video, that the percentage of people that purchase products from Linus's video is not actually reflecting of reality, because you have people that went from Linus's video to Newegg to purchase, and it's telling them that Honey was responsible for that. So Newegg may not work with Linus in the future because the numbers were not looking like how they had expected. When the reality is the numbers could be insane, they could be amazing, but that's not accurately shown in the data because the codes are being stolen. So it's not just the lost money from the commission, it's the lost money from the potential sponsorship saying, yeah, we don't like how this turned out numbers-wise for us.
Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own, claiming credit for the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves.
Many people praised Megalag for his expose. This is insanely predatory. Great investigation. Every YouTuber who promoted this should make updates to tell consumers what is actually under the hood. And this is exactly what the content creators did.
Obviously, knowing what I know now about this company, I wish I never worked with them. I'm sorry for ever having promoted Honey. I clearly didn't know any of this was going on.
Uninstall Honey if you have it installed. If you didn't ever install Honey, good for you, keep it that way.
As more and more former promoters updated their audience, YouTube lawyer Legal Eagle would reveal on January 3rd, 2025 that he took action.
Not that people normally do this, but I think it's worth saying that because someone had promoted Honey in the past, it's not worth ridiculing them for now. I don't think people really do this, but at the same time, there's just no way of knowing. I also saw people getting mad at Linus because Linus knew of some sort of shadiness with Honey, and that's why he stopped working with them, but he didn't, sound the alarm bell to the broader community about the shadiness that he suspected was taking place, and that's why he stopped working with them. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that Linus owes his personal grievances with Honey to be shared with the broader internet, especially when he's not 100% certain of certain things. But I also think that YouTubers, especially the ones of his size, run a risk of drying out the YouTube sponsorship economy if they speak badly on any sort of sponsorship. So I do think there is sort of like a tread lightly mentality when you're at the top of making sure you don't rock the boat too hard. If you don't like a sponsorship, you just choose not to work with them. You don't voice it to the general public unless there's a major ethical or moral concern that you can prove and definitively needs to be addressed, because you don't want some sort of a sponsorship adpocalypse. I get it.
But while Honey braces for the first wave of lawsuits, Yada, a savings bank, is still knee-deep after the app kept people's money too safe.
That's probably not good, Am I the only one who thinks that? Yada taking the money that was put in there that isn't theirs, and that sounds a lot like stealing, actually. Has anyone ever, I don't want to jump the gun, but taking money that isn't yours, that could be stealing, right? That maybe it's stealing. I don't know. I'm not going to make the claim. Who the fuck downloads an app called Yada, by the way? Can we talk about that? What a terrible name. I don't like it. I don't like the sound of it. It has negative aura. Don't ever download this.
Yada introduced itself as a gamified savings app, offering a lottery-like system where every money saved earned a ticket for weekly prize draws. This appealed to big finance YouTubers like Graham Stefan, who promoted it on his channel.
I decided to invest an undisclosed amount, and now I can officially say I am a small owner in Yada Bank.
As well as smaller commentary creators like Jake Tran.
Lotteries are predatory. They play on our psychology to suck us dry of our hard-earned money. But what if lottery psychology could be used for good? What if lottery psychology could be used to incentivize you to save money and build wealth instead of keeping you poor?
Well, that's what normal lottery psychology is. The normal lottery psychology is that you'll build wealth by buying a lottery ticket. So I don't know if this is any different. The fact that you're saving money and you're getting lottery tickets is it's kind of similar in a lot of ways. So even him saying that, and that's supposed to be the ad read, sounds sketchy as shit, to be honest with you.
That's where Yada comes in. A savings account that pays you interest and prizes, giving you a chance to win $10 million every single week.
At this point, just do a stake ad read. Just do a cases.gg ad read. At that point, at least people know what they're getting into. If you're at least more clear with the intentions of the product you're selling, if it's not that great like gambling, at least you're being honest about it and people can make their discretion. But when it's misleading like Yata, then people are going to have a problem with it, There's no way this has 400,000 users. No way. That can't be right.
On August 6th, 2022, CoffeeZilla would release an expose about Jake's suspicious promotions, which included the savings app.
He'll tell you that lotteries are predatory. But then, in that same video, he'll sell you a, quote, no-lose lottery.
play the no-lose lottery by pausing the video and clicking the link below.
Yada really turned out to be sketchy because just 2 years later, Yada's intermediary, Synapse, filed for bankruptcy. As a result, 85,000 Yada users were affected, which CoffeeZilla covered on June 4th, 2024.
Over $60,000 frozen up in Yada.
7,270.60 cents.
Yeah.
$46,699.
Yeesh.
It's been 3 weeks with no end in sight.
Yeah,
These
no.
people have mortgages to pay, taxes, bills, and quibbling about the middleman or the bank whose fault it is to miss the point.
This video is about to seriously change people's perspectives on financial YouTubers and the blatant lack of concern they have on the products they promote.
So when I mentioned Honey and how people who had promoted it don't deserve ridicule, you know, for something that they did in good conscience at the time and it turned out to be bad, I think with finance channels, it's a little bit different because you're a finance channel, you're talking about money and people will listen to you for how they should spend their money, for how they should invest their money. I think there's a little bit more responsibility you have for vetting the product that you're going to promote, knowing that people will download it and they will and put money into it. I mean, ultimately, like you do have personal agency. You know, if Graham Stephan tells you to download an app, you're going to be the one to download the app. Ultimately, you should do your own research. You should look at things paying very close attention to detail. And you should also keep in mind that it is a sponsored product. The reason they're saying to download the app is because they're getting money. I can understand why if you were a victim of Yada, it could be very easy to shift the blame to Graham Stephan or to think that he's responsible for your loss. And to some extent, he is. I mean, he told you to get the app. But I don't think he did it knowing that it would fuck over people, is the main point.
Fortunately, as of November 2024, over $40 million remains owed to almost 5,000 customers.
Bro.
But while Yada ended up freezing its users' money, Raid Shadow Legends' downfall would be about oversaturating the platform and lying about the regressive marketing.
So before we get into this, full disclosure, I've done a Raid Shadow Legends ad read. It's a video game. There are in-app purchases that you can make. Is it a great video game? Depends how much they're paying me. Ultimately, I think it's not a scam. You know what you're getting. You know, it's a game that you play if you want. And I think that's fine if you want to sponsor me.
Almost every YouTuber on the platform was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, a mobile role-playing video game.
Download Raid Shadow Legends.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
With these same ads popping over and over again, a smaller creator named Foco would comment on the situation.
Whenever someone gets sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, they turn into a robot and it always hurts to watch. They are just following a script and the same things are being said in every single sponsorship. Awesome 3D graphics, amazing storyline, over 10 million players. Join now.
This is all true, by the way, right? I mean, like, aren't the graphics the best you've ever seen? Isn't the storyline written by a professional writer? Isn't everything about the game the best, like, ever, right, guys? Right? I mean, like, maybe, right?
50k silver for free.
This would also lead to a lot of memes mocking the sponsorship and joking about sponsorship requests, prompting Raid to clarify everything on February 26, 2020. Hi there. We do not sponsor. We cooperate only with those YouTubers who play our game and want to be our influencers. We do not pay money for it. The internet instantly knew it was a lie. So when people say, before I start today's video, I want to talk about Raid Shadow Legends, that's actually their choice.
Getting hot in here, guys. Hey, real talk, that's fucking not true. I've never played Raid Shadow Legends in my life, and I never will. The fact that they lied about that is a little just fucking lie. It's not true. All right, last chapter here, we got BetterHelp, which is obviously
business
what I hoped.
Practices were exposed. On September 27, 2018, there was an influx of YouTubers talking about depression and being burned out, leading a smaller creator, Memology 101, to do a personal investigation and claim that these were fabricated to promote BetterHelp as a solution. This drove famous content creators, including PewDiePie, to look into the inconsistencies of the mental health company.
I'm not going to watch all the video. You can go watch it for yourself, but BetterHelp is one of the worst scams in YouTube history. The fact that they have been fined shows this, and the fact that I think the biggest part, this is just the slogan that I think takes this all away. The simple phrase is that you cannot sell therapy with unlicensed therapists. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Those are some of the shittiest YouTube sponsors out there. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and I'll see you guys all next time.